Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am playing with the Ali Edwards Digital Stories by the Month kit for August. We'll do a little bit of chit chat and then I'll tell you what I'm doing today. So I am not a card maker by like any stretch of the imagination. My style of making is very messy. And I don't think my personal style of making lends itself well to cards because the cards I enjoy are always like really neat and really like put together, and there's embossing and there's really good stamping, which you guys, have you seen my stamping? Like I'm not a good stamper. So I'm not a card maker, but I have a huge like scrapping crush on a lot of card makers because card makers are just brilliant, you guys, and the stuff they do with like interactive elements with paper just gives me like all the inspiration. So I love watching card makers when I want inspiration for interactive elements to include on my own layouts. And so I was watching Simon Hurley, and he did a video, which first of all, Simon Hurley's 18 and he's like ridiculous. It's just, I wish I was that talented when I was 18. I was not. And so I was watching one of the videos he did where he first of all, the challenge he did was great. Where I'm like, I keep putting away my scoreboard and I still need it. The challenge he did was great. He like messaged a few of his card making friends and had them pick the elements that he was going to use in his project, which is a really fun challenge and one that I might do at some point. Like maybe I'll message like Crystal and some other members on Ali's design team and let them pick some stuff and maybe I'll make a layout. I think that might be cool. Actually, I should ask Crystal if she's game. She might do that with me because Crystal loves a challenge and her and I go on these crazy crafting adventures together all the time. But anyways, he did this video where he did this really cool gatefold card and I was like, dude, that would be perfect in a scrapbook layout. So I'm going to link Simon's video because I did not come up with any of the techniques I'm using in this video. And then he said he based his on Jennifer McGuire. So maybe I'll link his channel and I'll link Jennifer's channel in the description box. But chances are you're already following them and you know who they both are because they're both amazing and they do sickening things with paper. So all of that introduction to what I'm doing here. I am going to... Oh, I don't think I cut these. Okay, it might be close enough. So that was a huge introduction to what I'm doing here. I'm going to attempt to recreate his recreation of Jennifer McGuire's gatefold card on a scrapbook layout. I've done like things that are considered gatefolds before, but the mechanism he used on his was really cool, and so I'm going to attempt it. So I'm using the Digital Stories by the Month kit. This should have been perfect because this was a 12 by 12 piece of paper and it is not. So I gotta trim this down a tiny bit. Yeah, so I'm using the Digital Stories by the Month kit for August, and I'm actually scrapbooking an engagement photo because Joshua and I had our engagement photos taken in August 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't even know what year it is anymore, so I'm not sure when, but it was definitely in August that we had the pictures taken, so this is kind of perfect for this story. So I have my photo, and in Photoshop, I just took the digital stamp that says August looks like this, and I repeated it across my background, my photo, and one of my favorite things to do with my photos is to make sure my photos have lots of negative space, so I could add words or embellishments directly to it. I have my story, which... Again, lots and lots of words because this is me we're talking about. Is it a Tashi layout if it doesn't have an essay? Probably not. So I have my layout with lots and lots of words. I'm going to quickly stick these pieces down. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to do the outside of this first. So if I mess it up, then I haven't stuck down all my pieces and I don't have to reprint everything. So the other thing I have... This was a 4x6 card that was black and white, and I really liked the pattern. So what I did was I sized it up. I have to make sure that I orient this the right way so that this makes sense. Okay, it's like this. So what I did was I sized it up, and then I took the opacity down to about 75. So it's more of a gray and not like that stark black and white. But I really liked this pattern, and so as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's going to be a huge thing. I need to make it giant, and that's what I did. And the other thing I did Whereas these were chipboard elements. Well, this was the chipboard element, this blue one, and it was much smaller than this. I think I almost doubled it in size. So I resized it, so it was huge. And then I recolored it, so I had a blank yellow one, and I added this stamp that said good stuff on it. This was one of the digital stamps. This is one of the stamps that was available in the kit. Sorry, I didn't round out my tag when I cut it out. I tried to cut everything again. I tried to cut everything in advance before I started the video so you didn't have to watch me fuss with things, but I didn't round out my tag. So then I resized it. I recolored it, and I added this stamp. And for this technique to work, these pieces need to be the same size. In Simon's video, these pieces were the same size. So I just took the same tag, recolored it, and added a different sentiment. And we're gonna get to work. So the first thing I'm doing right now is sticking this down directly to my canvas. And my canvas is 12 inches by 8.25 because the goal is to have a 6.6 by 8 layout when I'm done. And this is obviously going to live outside the page protector because how else will, it fold. So, shucks, I think I messed this up again. Hold on. I have to make sure that this... I checked this like 3 times and I think I still managed to stick it down wrong. I don't know if it matters so much. Is it like glaringly obvious? It is obvious. I don't like it. All right, I gotta see if I can lift this up. I checked it like 3 different times and then I started talking and I got distracted, but that's okay because it lifted up pretty easily. That's the one thing I do like about the ATG tape is you do have like a couple extra seconds of wiggle room before it like permanently sticks down and you can't do anything with it. And I need that wiggle room sometimes because I am flying by the seat of my pants all the time. All right, so this is a little bit long here. So I'm just going to take off this excess so it doesn't interfere with my folding. Okay, I think I took off too much. I can't be trusted with a paper trimmer. I really can't. All right, let's just see if I can get this extra bit off. I think times like this, a guillotine trimmer would help, which is probably going to be my next paper trimmer. I'm just going to get a guillotine style trimmer. I'm kind of over this like rotary thing. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have the base, and then the other thing I have 2 little hinges. These are 1.5 inches long by 1 inch wide, and they're scored at the 1/2 inch mark. And you're supposed to stick them down. You're supposed to stick them down. I'm trying to file through my head as I do this. You're supposed to stick them down with the open part like facing the outside. So you want the hinge to be on the inside. So I'm just using 1/8 inch score tape. And you guys, I hope I'm making sense with this and I'm not like butchering Simon's technique. I promise you, if I mess it up, it was me and not him. He did a great job explaining it. I watched the video 3 times and then started printing out my bits and pieces. So I should be able to do this because I do interactive things on my layouts all the time. And this is not the hardest thing I've ever attempted. It's just... normally when I do interactive elements, there are things that I made up in my head like when I was in the shower or thinking. And this is like one of the first times I'm attempting something like directly that somebody else has done. So we'll see how it goes. But pretty much the premise behind this is once it's all stuck together, you can grab the 2 tags and pull in the opposite direction and it will open your layout. Pretty much like a gatefold card. That's what we're making. We're making a gatefold card that I'm going to stick an essay on the inside of. That is essentially what we're doing today, is making a gatefold card that I'm going to stick an essay on the inside. Okay, perfect. Now, then we stick the tags down. So I liked that teal one. And then I looked at the card that I did my journaling on, and I tried to pick my color scheme for the one that I recolored off of the card that I picked this thankful card. This was a 3x4 card that I resized. This is why I'm going to be a hybrid scrapbooker forever and ever and ever, because 3x4 cards, just not my jam when I want to put an essay on every single layout I make. I can't work with 3x4 cards. That's why I'm a hybrid scrapbooker, because I like to be able to resize and do all sorts of things. All right, let's just stick this down. Where's my T-square? Okay, my T-square was on my desk. Oh, it is on my desk still. Thank you. Just making sure that this is like not super janky. All right, so you stick that down to the top one, and then we're gonna open this up and we're gonna put some tape on the inside one. So you have to stick down the top one, or you can stick down the bottom one. You have to do one at a time to pretty much make sure that they overlap the way they're supposed to. And if this works, that is pretty much the entire layout done. Like after this, I'm just gonna maybe add a few like small elements. Okay, so what Simon did in his video, which I think is gonna be really smart, is he kind of just like put his second piece, lined it up directly behind his first piece so that they would be, okay, I can't talk and do this, but he pretty much directly lined it up behind his first piece so that they would overlap and like the second piece would be invisible. And then you should be able to pull it like this. It works! You guys, that's great. Okay, the layout's done. Bye. Keep it crafty. Because pretty much that's it. Like that's exactly what I wanted it to do. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. So now, once it's open, I'm gonna put my photo here. Oh, I love this so much. Yay. This is a fun interactive element to have in your album. Now this has to go, like, this is gonna be the very last page that I put in because my album is so chunky that this will be high enough off of the D-rings that it will be able to open properly. Like this can't go in the middle of your album because it won't open. But I have I had already dusted off the first volume of my stories album for 2020. So I'm just gonna stick this in as the very last page so that, again, it's high enough off the D-ring that I can open it. And then my next project will be the first project in my second half of my album. And I will be doing a flip through of volume 1 of my stories album for 2020. I just have to figure out what I want to do with the cover. I haven't decided what I want to do with the cover yet, which is why I haven't done a flip through, because I do want it to have like a title. You guys, I like this so much. I could even go this way if I want it to go this way, because they just, such a good idea. Yeah, so the only reason you guys haven't seen a flip through yet is because I haven't decided what I'm titling my album. So since there's no title page, you guys haven't seen it. One of these days, I will come up with something clever and I will make a title page, and then you guys will see a flip through, because there are a few layouts in my album, which if you don't follow me on Instagram, you haven't seen all of it, because there are a few layouts I didn't film videos for, especially the things I made in like April and May. There aren't process videos for all of those pages. So there are a few pages in my albums that you guys might not have seen if you only follow me here and you don't, hang out on Instagram where I'm sharing a lot of my work. So, and flip throughs are always fun because I get to talk to you guys about how I arrange my album. My album is not arranged in the order that I work on it, if that makes sense. I actually don't arrange my pages until the album's full. And then I put things in order so that it matches, so it has a good flow, and so that things are back to back in a way that it makes sense. So I can't wait to share a flip through of that album because it is my passion project. It is one that I enjoy very much, and I think you guys are really going to like it when you see it. So just had to put a cover on it, and then you guys will get to see that really soon. And then this will be the very last page in that album. This layout is coming together really quickly. Once I figured out the interactive element, there was like nothing terribly, see? And then when it's in the book, it's just gonna open like this. And then here is my essay about Joshua and I. So now I just gotta figure out what else I wanna do to embellish it. But, like, I don't even think it needs all that much. We'll see. I might put like some sort of enamel. That's what I might do. I might put some sort of enamel dots or heart stickers or something on the front of it, since the front cover is so plain. And I keep all of my, this color doesn't work. I keep all of my like puffy type stickers right at my desk. So, like right in front of where I sit. Like I sit here, my puffy stickers are right there. So I'm literally just rifling through what's in front of me to pull out some puffy stickers. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add some puffy stars. Just to add a little bit more color to the front of this, so this is not just plain, but I mean, it totally could have been plain and I would have been all about it. I really like how this came out. I'm gonna have to like send Simon a message and thank him for his super fun technique because this worked out really well. Okay, so I just added some stars. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I added some enamel stars here and some enamel stars here. That's gonna open out like that. I do think I wanna put some sort of sentiment here, but it has to be something flat because I don't wanna put any chipboard on the inside where it'll interrupt, you know, how well this closes. So the last thing I want is for this to not close properly. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go rifle through my stash and see if I can find any like flat phrase stickers that are gonna work on the inside of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had some Week in the Life stickers, a pack of Week in the Life stickers, and there was, there was this black one that says thankful for you, and it was perfect for the story that I'm telling, and also that says thankful over and over. So it's the perfect accent. I'm just gonna pop this sticker here that says thankful for you. I'm gonna add a few of these puffy accent stickers, and that is pretty much, I need to get another pack of these. These are very much well loved. These are from Feed Your Craft, and they are very much well loved, and I need another pack of them because I don't even have any pink ones left. I love this color palette like so much. This is like my favorite color palette. That's why I have so few left of them. I'm just gonna add a few of these. Ooh, I like this one that's green and yellow. Well, I don't want to put it right over where it says August looks like this because I want to make sure you can read that that's what that says. So I'm going to add 2 on the top, and I'll add 2 on the bottom. We'll add a black one. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's going to complete this page because I don't want to do too much to distract from the large photo. Also, of course, there's an essay on my layout because this is me we're talking about. And now that I'm looking at it, I do want to put one more of those black stickers down there. So I'm just going to grab the sheet because I still have it nearby. Let's see, which one do I want to put here? I'll put Love These People, even though it's a picture of Joshua and I. Love These People still works. I don't think I need the T-square to get this one straight. I should be able to do this by myself. I'm probably going to regret this. As soon as I stick this down, I'm like, I can't put this down straight. Oh, it's pretty straight. Perfect. Okay, so that completes this project using the August Digital's Stories by the Month kit. It's a really fun hybrid layout. This is why I love hybrid, because you get to make fun things like this. You get to resize these tags, recolor these tags, make fun things. I'll quickly read my journaling to you. I don't think today's essay is terribly long, so I'm just going to read my journaling to you quickly. And so it says, thankful, 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 documenting the good stuff. And here's what I wrote. August has been a month of transition for so many years of my life that it is hard to remember an August where my life wasn't changing. August has meant back to school for so many seasons, and before that, it meant start a new job, and before that, it meant move apartments, and before that, it meant get ready for school, and somehow, somewhere along the way, August has become synonymous with heat and sunlight and new again. August photos have somehow picked up the same meaning, the same theme of change and fear of the unknown and the relentless thirst for what comes next. And then there is this little story and these little photos and this season of my life where something wonderful was on the horizon and I was not in any rush to get to it. Because right now, in this singular moment, we had bottled magic and the sound of fireworks and the red flash of sunlight on closed eyes, and what a time it was to be alive. Amid the whirlwind of planning a wedding in 6 months, and what on earth was I even thinking to attempt that one? And amid the soaring temperatures of summer and our jobs and responsibilities, we found ourselves on this narrow patch of cobbled streets, and you smiled at me like the sun rose in my eyes, and if I didn't know before this moment, I definitely knew then. Thankful that I have these photos to go back to, these photos of us before the wedding, before the grief, before nursing school, where we were younger and a bit more naive, and I believed with all the force of my silly 25-year-old heart that there could not be a more perfect moment than this one. I'm glad that I was wrong, and that there were plenty of perfect moments, each more blinding than the last, each sweeter and lighter than a fluff of cotton candy on the tip of your tongue, each moment grounding us deeper and more firmly in this little slice of reality that we are carving out together. Thankful that you took the photos, and even though I had to beg you, and thankful that this stop in our adventure, while brilliant and bright, is just one more star in the constellation of our story. So that's what I wrote about, telling an August story, even though it's an old story, still an August story. And I love this quote card, joy is even greater when it comes unexpected. So I had a little bit of space left under my journaling. I just trimmed the quote card, put it there because it matched the colors perfectly, and that's my project. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the story. Let me know if you're going to attempt something similar like this waterfall. This is not a waterfall card. Like this gatefold card. Let me know if you're going to attempt something similar in the comments. And I will see you around. So till next time, keep it crafty and have the very best day. Bye!